like
Oh, nice.
shelving and everything there. But yeah, I was there yesterday, and I ended up buying the tape machine, and I spent the next hour in the office talking AIP.
Yeah, exactly. So got me excited. So,
There you go. And
yeah.
this is Tracy that I was talking about yesterday. That
Oh, hi. How are you?
she kind of just started as well. So
Yeah. So yeah, I made a couple of videos of the dog today. Put them on TikTok. So,
nice,
so
already
and
rocking and rolling. That's great.
and I'm looking around at everything I have at the house that I could just influence. Talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
could be a great. We got a couple newer people in here that haven't gotten started, so that could be maybe a good little intro talk, and then we can go into like some a little bit more advanced stuff. I'm sure Nate, you could probably
sure.
do some advanced stuff, Nate, and then I don't know what Tracy wants to do, but
Yeah, happy
um,
to help.
yeah. If you want to just mute yourself so that way we don't get interrupted. Anybody else that's not on mute, please check your phones, computers, make sure you're on mute, and we'll just get this going right now. Is iPhone in Discord? What's that mean? I'm
The
confused.
iPhone user on the screen, are they in
Oh, oh,
Discord?
oh,
Is
oh.
what he was asking.
Oh, no, he's not in Discord. Nope.
Not
This
yet.
was just somebody I met in person yesterday. Yeah, not yet. Nope. Nope. So what he was saying is because for the Instagram or for the TikTok part, you can actually if you want, you can send over my your username to me and I can put it in there. And what will happen is other people that are also trying to get approved can engage with your account, which is what will help you kind of get like approved and like your account going and whatnot. So I can get your account after and we can do that. So let's I guess we want to could we maybe start it off with like some newbie stuff and then we'll go into this more advanced stuff. We'll kind of like just ride the ladder up. Tracy, does that sound good? I don't know if you had like an actual agenda. I don't know. We never have an
Oh, I
agenda.
threw some ideas out there, but
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go too far on the beginner end. I don't even really know where to go as far as the beginner part, but I don't want to go into like approval stuff because that we got all the content on that. But
How
I guess
about
we could just go into like kind of like go ahead, Nate.
pe- people here in chat? Where are you guys at? Are we like complete beginners? Are we kind of moving and grooving
Yeah,
and looking at how to do stuff? Where's the chat at? Feel free to either type it or unmute yourself real fast and let us know sort of uh
complete beginner.
where you'd like the evening to go.
I know Rosalind hasn't gotten started yet. Um, Kurt is on the beginning stages. Newbie. Deal Hunter also newbie. So yeah, let's go into some like just some quick little brief stuff. So all right, so I'm Brian, Tracy, and Nate here. We're gonna take the call on today. We'd normally be doing a lot more like software based stuff and like really like explaining some new updates and such. But Ito, the developer, which just joined the call, hey Ito, he's he has some other important tasks right now to be doing on the reseller end of the software. So we're just going to be kind of running the show here. So let's go into a little bit about what the AIP program is. AIP stands for Amazon Influencer Program, and don't let that be confused for being a influencer. You do not need to be an influencer. That is a term. I don't know why they named it that, but they did, and you should just forget the fact that it's called influencer because really you just need to make videos as if you're talking to your best friend, being like, "Hey, this is something, a product that I have. I really like it," and going into some of its features. So basically, you're just explaining to people like, "Hey, this is something cool," posting it onto the Amazon platform, and then you earn a commission. Later on, after doing this for a little while, this can happen very quickly, by the way, but you go from earning a 0.5 to 3% commission. And then very soon after that, you will then open up the doors to creator connections, which is where you're going to make the most of your money. Originally, Amazon would basically pay out these funds at a higher commission rate for just the regular part of this, which is the zero point 0.5 to 3. It used to be a little bit higher. They knocked that down, but then they transferred that over to the creator connections part. So I think it'd be more important to kind of like focus on that a little bit because when you get started, well, actually, let's go back. Actually, I don't think it would be important. So getting started, you're going to earn that 0.5 to 3% commission on everyday products laying around your house. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything in your kitchens, drawer handles to hardware to faucets to sinks to garbage disposal, your coffee machine, your mug. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a pen. Literally anything you're going to make a video on. And what that's going to do is it's essentially going to build up your portfolio, which is going to look really good for you when you're requesting later on in Creator Connections to brands, basically pitching to them like, hey, I'll make you a video in exchange for a product or you're gonna send me a product in exchange for a video of that. And so by having this catalog, it'll really help you basically get accepted and whatnot. Because say, we got Brandon, he hasn't started yet. Say he has 5 videos up, 10 videos, 100 videos even. Then there you got Nate. He's got three. I don't even know how many he's at, but like 4,000 videos. Like, who do you think they're going to send the product to, right? Like, build that portfolio up so that they have a reason to want to work with you. Now Tracy, for an example, like she just got started. I think we're at like 70 days or so. You're at 70 days, something like that. 80 days, like really.
We're in our 4th month.
Yeah,
so,
all right.
yeah.
Whatever that is. I'm not good at math, but when she
100 days.
first
Got 100 days.
yeah, so but when she first started, like they're not going to want to like fully work with you, but don't think that they won't work with you, because Tracy is getting Tracy, how many packages did you get? It's like insane. Like we're talking like 50 to 100 packages daily. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, so like in the last 7 days,
Oh my God.
we
I don't even want to
have
hear it.
401 packages
Crazy.
delivered to us in the last 7
It's
days.
insane. So when
It is
I say
insane.
like when getting started, I just don't want to discourage anybody thinking like, oh, I have to have 1,000 videos. Like you don't need 1,000 videos. You can get massive amounts of products, which may not even be necessarily healthy to do, because you're gonna be overwhelmed. Tracy has one person helping her son, so that really helps this. And I wouldn't encourage anybody to go outside of their means of what they feel as though they could be comfortable filming. Like if you think you could get 50 videos done a week, focus on getting 50 products a week. Like I'd rather see you stay consistent with, even if it's 10 videos a week, like stay consistent with whatever it is you're comfortable with. But if you want to go full bore and get 400 products in a 7-day period, it's possible. You got to remember a few things like with that though. Like there are campaign dates when you're in Creator Connections. Creator Connections has a campaign start and end date, and you want to make sure that you get that video done before the end date. And the reason for that is, without that, you're not going to have that 10 to 50% commission earning. So you want some time to basically receive the product. We can't mute anybody. We have Marie that just joined. If you could mute yourself, please. Thank you. So basically, when you get these products, or say you request the product, you have to then, not only you requested it, now you have to wait for them to accept it. You now have to wait for it to be shipped to you. Shipping doesn't necessarily take long. There have been times where a product has accepted my request to say yesterday, and I receive it today. It's being shipped by Amazon fulfillment centers. So as fast as you can get Amazon Prime products sent to you, like you can get these free products sent to you as well. Sometimes it's the brand that is the delay, like they didn't put in the request soon enough for whatever reason. I don't know their methods, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. But so then after that, once you get the product sent to you, you now need to then make the video. Next step is you have to upload the video. And now you need a window of opportunity to actually earn that higher commission rate before the end date. And so that's why I talk about, like, you may not necessarily want to request a massive amount of stuff, but you can. I think that's like, I guess I'll just go into Creator Connections outreach real quick. This isn't a difficult task, though. You can send out 50 messages a day. You could send out 1,000 messages a day if you really wanted to. 1,000 messages isn't going to take you all day to do. You could literally do this in very short time. I'm not here to advocate that you should, or anybody should be sending out 1,000 messages a day. I think that you should be more focused on like 100 messages a day, maybe. Out of 100 messages, you may get accepted 5, 10 products, maybe, which I think is good. I don't think that's necessarily bad. Now, I think that the worst case scenario on requesting something is 2 things, I say. One, you get a product that you don't want to review, or the brand just says simply, well, I guess 3 things. 1, you don't like what they send you. 2, they don't accept you. And 3, they actually say no. So I like the ones that say no because I take it as a challenge. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's try to actually turn this no into a yes. And I'd say more times than not, I turn those no's into yes just by telling them my like my strategy as to how or why I think that like sending me the product could bring them value. And I'll just send them a quick little pitch in return. Like, this is my plan. I'm going to make you one or two videos. They'll last between 1 and 2 minutes long. I'll do an unboxing and also a live in-person use, lifestyle use, and I'll upload them. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? Um, you're not really pitching much. So I have one initial brand outreach template that I have in MSP or MIP. And whether you're using the software or not, like I just send out a message to them saying, hey, my name's Brian. I'm an Amazon influencer. Uh, I like to create videos to solve problems, kitchen stuff, tools, stuff like that. Like I kind of tell them like my niches that I'm into. I specifically came across this product. If you're open to this, mail it to this address. Here's a link to my storefront if you want to check out some of my previous content. And that's basically it. And I just hit send. And again, most of the time they don't even always reply. Sometimes they'll just send you the product. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, great. Like we have it on its way. There, I just want to say that like the importance of this part because you're not like really like trying hard. Like you're not putting much effort into this. Like for the ones that don't say no, like I usually just skip over it. Like it's not the no's, but like the ones, yeah. I don't always move too much on the ones that aren't sending me stuff because I'd rather just invest my energy into making the videos and also looking for more products to request. Because at the end of the day, Amazon.com has millions of products. Just go focus on it. Somebody else that does want to work with you. Um, your TikTok name will be tied to your influencer storefront. Thank you, Kurt. So Kurt had basically guinea pigged this yesterday. For anybody that's new to this, if you sign up for Amazon influencer program, when you get approved or accepted, because it's a two-step process, accepted and approved. Once you get accepted, they're going to take your TikTok name and they're going to put that into your URL. Sorry, Dana, if you could mute yourself. If you could just mute yourself, thank you. We don't have the ability to mute today. So basically, it's going to put your social media handle into your storefront link, which you can't change. However, thank you, Kurt, for actually putting a resolution to this. You can combat this by contacting support, letting them know that it got changed, updating the name, your URL name, or your storefront URL, and also adding it to your accepted influencer uh, links, whatever it's called. So there are ways around this, but the best thing to do, apply for whatever social media, and then from there, don't change the account. Don't even use the account. I tell people with my service that I provide for getting people approved, get approved, don't touch the account. Like just leave the TikTok alone from now on. Like you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to stay active. The engagement is literally just for the acceptance. And then after that, you're just focusing on the Amazon end of things. Tracy said it best the other day. I think, what did you call it? Basically a burner account, like a throwaway account, you called it, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, it was something. Well, I had a term, so
Yeah, you did have a term. I liked it.
yeah,
Whatever it was you
throwaway. I
said.
think I called it a throwaway account. I mean, it's like it's
Yeah.
not the account like if I want my dog to become famous, like I'm not going to use that account to get approved for this. Like that's just not what I'm going to do. Because I would just be nervous about, doing something that was against the terms of service. So I just have like this burner TikTok account that I use that I built up. And then occasionally I do go in and post something else similar just to kind of like show some activity just in case. But like we're talking like once a month, maybe.
So Rosalind, so I used to track everything on a pretty much a Google sheet where I would, as soon as something were to be possibly accepted or like sent to me, I would put it onto a sheet. As soon as it arrived, I'd put it on a sheet. I no longer do any of that because MSP has literally made everything so easy. I use the video list for most of this stuff for myself personally, but you can do it in a few different ways. one way that you can make sure, verify that it is the correct product is just simply you can take an image scan of the product, you can scan the FNSKU label. They used to put in these little slips in the package. They've stopped doing that. This the easiest way, please. The easiest way, please. Video list. Use the video list. Just use the video list. If something arrives, just put it in the video list, and then it'll live in there forever, unless you were to like remove it. But if they say specific, because the problem is sometimes they don't tell you they're sending it. So those are the ones that get a little trickier. But I can tell you, like, I'll just send a picture to my VA and she'll find it. Like, uh, and you can do that yourself just by taking an image scan of the product itself. Typically, you can get that, you can pull the results up on Amazon. You can also, in the message system of MIP, you can also type in, like, if it was, a phone case, type in phone case, and you'll see all the messages of phone cases that popped up along with an image. And you can kind of like go through there, match it up. Sometimes, the product will have the brand name as well. You can search the brand name in the message system. Um, yeah. Don't get too fancy. I think Nate says this best. Like, if it's not making you money, don't waste your time doing it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, 100%.
I've gone on a long enough rant on the beginning steps of all of this. Somebody else take over for me.
Yeah, and just real fast, if you're not sure where that video listing is, you'll see it like if you're looking at, I don't, if, can you guys see my screen here?
Yes.
We're looking at a microphone. Okay. So this is MSP over here. You just click this little button like add to list. So when you're on Creator Connections and you're sending out these requests, when a brand reaches back out, it's like, oh yeah, we're sending it. Great. I can just click the little button. Actually, I think there's even a button inside of Creator Connections, but I
Yeah,
can't see that here.
in the message, there's a button that you can just add it right to list there as well.
So yeah, you can add it to your list layer. You can pull it up here and click add to video list there. You can do this on your app, add to list, and then all of those products will show here on the my video list. And so then when you get stuff and it's like, oh, there's some random cup, like what is this? Where is it? Well, you just open the my video list and how many glass cups that look like this did you order? Like it should be pretty easy and simple to just kind of scroll like, oh, there it is. That's the one. And then you're good to go. So it should take you like 30 seconds to find the
Yeah, it's also up there by the title. So like even you don't have to be over an MSP, that little blue button by the title. You can add it
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
a few places.
Right there. Yep. I've never clicked that before.
So it's in multiple places. It's so easy. Yeah, and then it just makes it a lot easier when you're filming stuff, especially if they don't have a UPC or a scannable FNC.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. A
Can-
lot of stuff
can we-
will have
can
a
we-
UPC.
Can we
or
all
an
be
FNC.
super? I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm sorry. I think there was a delay there. I don't mind. Can we all be transparent as to what our earnings are for the last 30 days rolling? I'll go first. I'm at right around $4,000 for the month.
I just tipped over 2,000.
And then Nate's gonna be some extreme number.
I don't have it. I'm just looking at like the 14.
Just guess. Just
The
guess.
14-day. It should be around 21,000 for the last
It's
rolling 30
insane.
days.
So for anybody like wondering, like, can this actually be like a replacement to a full-time job? More than easily. It's really gonna depend on how many videos, how consistent you are. It's going to have some factors in this. Everybody's results will be different, so I can't tell you like you'll make $20,000 a month. But it is entirely possible. I have friends that are making a lot more than that as well too. So, just as like a little bit of encouragement, like whether you're
I mean, and I would just put some context too to that. Like Nate is doing this full time.
Yeah.
I don't know what your percent of time into this is. Our like
I got 6 income streams.
yeah, my son and I like this is in the evenings and weekends because we run the warehouse full time Monday through Friday. And I also have multiple income streams. Like I run a call every Monday night. I'm on this call every Tuesday night. I'm on another call every Wednesday night. So like really it's Thursday, Friday evenings and weekends that I'm putting my effort into this. So even on a small amount of time, you can really rev that up. Like it's about you and I think how targeted you are with your time and like yes, we've got a ton of products in, and that is not, it's not a brag. It's not even a humble brag. It's a desperation of like, why did that my son do that to me? And so it was a lesson learned for him too. Because I'm like, we need to be more targeted with our time because we aren't on this full time. And so like now it's like prioritizing 400 items to figure out which ones still have length of their campaign, which ones have the best creator connection percent, like which ones don't have as many competition. Like now it's going to take us a lot of time to kind of sift through that. You're better off sifting through and making decisions and being more targeted with your requests based upon how much time you have to spend on this. So if you just have a few hours a day, you're not going to want to request thousands of products. You're going to want to request, 50 to 100 in a very targeted way. Maybe in a niche that you like, or maybe ones that don't have that many people in the carousel yet, so that you can hopefully capitalize on the efforts that you have. Because if you're making videos that there are already 30 people on as a newer person, the chances of you hitting into and making a video good enough to capture and be in the carousel are a lot less. So, in my opinion, that's my opinion. So, we find better success on the ones that are not as crowded, for sure.
What would happen if you can't get a video up in time, do they request the item back? No. You are not obligated or under any contract of any sort to get anything done.
They can't do that legally.
I have products I still to this day, I will be completely honest, I have not even unboxed because whatever reasons, I haven't even made a video. These are from like months ago. I wouldn't use that as a best practice. That is not something I am encouraging anybody to do.
Well, and I would say if you are the brand and you send stuff out and you see somebody isn't doing the video for it, like even though they can't like say like, hey, this was in exchange, because like then that goes into a whole nother place for Amazon. Um, they might not send you something if you request from them again. So, you have to keep that in mind of like they might have like a blacklist or something in the background. I don't know that that's a fact, but I know if I was a brand sending free product out, I'm not probably going to send it to somebody who didn't hold their end of the bargain up. So,
yeah. But there's no obligation to any of it.
No. Nope.
Or repercussions. They literally went out on their own to send you this in hopes that they're going to get a video.
Yeah.
Again, not best practices here, just letting you know worst case. There is no worst case.
Can you speak about the 3 videos? How detailed do they need to be to get approved? So I'll speak because I think I'm the one that's done this most recently. When you choose the products for your 3 videos, here's kind of my recommendations. Don't do any kind of medical anything, no supplements, no medical devices, like anything, because there's a lot of things you cannot say about that stuff. And you're, as a newbie, like you just avoid it. You want to choose some of the most basic things you have in your house that you feel comfortable enough talking about it. So one of my first items, I remodeled the home I'm in, and I bought new handles for the kitchen cabinets and drawers. And I was like, okay, this is something I know about. Like I had used them in my previous home too. So it's like, I know I can talk about that. It's not risky in any way. I can show the product. I can talk about the product. I can show it installed. I can, you kind of demo how you install it. So that was one of my products. The second one was a bathroom faucet. Because again, I had done a lot of remodeling. The third item is where I made a mistake because I chose one of those like nasal, like electronic nasal cleanser things. And I said something about like, hey, this helps get rid of allergens in your nose. No, can't say that. So like I got the first time and had to recreate that without any of that like suggestions. So that's why I say like just choose simple things. Choose your handheld mixer, choose your grill, choose a hand tool, if you're into tools, your hose reel, like a watering can. It can be the most basic, simple things. And just talk about it for about 45 seconds to a minute is kind of what I think. And you want to be, I think it's better if you're in the video. I did faceless, but my hands were in the video. So like I had a tripod and I was showing things with my hands as I talked. So they knew it was me. But I think have better chances if you actually are in those first three videos. Doesn't mean you have to be in all of them after that. But I just think it shows them you're a human being because these first three get reviewed by a human. After that, they use some like technology to like review your videos for like any kind of like keywords or anything. Um, so yeah, so like I redid that third video and then I was accepted. So, but there were things that I like felt really comfortable with and knew I could talk about for a length of time and not have to like read the Amazon, listing and try to memorize stuff. Like I just wanted to keep it simple. Like, here's my 3-speed mixer. I love it because like, the handles come off, it's easy to clean, like it has a boost feature, maybe even like show it whipping some pancake batter, whatever you feel like, but you don't have to show it like doing it. But that's my spiel.
Yeah. And something interesting. So, Tracy was saying there's like the human verification for the first three, and then it's like AI verification for all the rest. Something really weird, and I see a lot of beginners sort of see this and they misinterpret it. That is super close, but it's there's a slight nuance there in that AI actually is for all of them, and then a human is in addition to those first three. And so what's weird here is there are actually two checks going on with your first three videos. There's going to be an AI check. And so what I see a lot of beginners do is like they post their three videos and then it says like processing or whatever it says when it's waiting. And then they'll slowly start seeing like, oh, approved, approved. And they'll see like two get approved and they got really excited. That is entirely meaningless. That has nothing to do with anything. That's just the AI checks and it is entirely unrelated to what the human verification is going to do. You could have all three of those say approved and be denied. You could have some of those be denied. Well, I don't actually think it would ever be denied because then the human wouldn't see it. But that little part on your screen that says like approved or denied, whatever, completely meaningless. The only place to know if you've been accepted or not is you open up your computer, a laptop, desktop, whatever you have, and go to amazon.com/creator hub. And you're going to see this bar along the top, and it should have like this blue lock on it and say 0 out of 3. Once you're approved, it's going to say 3 out of 3, and you're going to see fireworks appear on your screen, and that little lock thing unlocks, and now you know you're approved. Rosalind asks how long it takes to get approved. So depends on who you ask and how recently they've had their experience. If you were applying about a month ago, it was usually taking about 2 or 3 business days for them to either approve or deny you. Since Prime Day, things have slowed down a lot. I feel like most of the people that I've worked with, it's usually about 2 business weeks. So like 10.
I was gonna
full
say I
business
got somebody
days.
that's over 10 days right now that still hasn't gotten an answer.
Yeah.
10 business days.
Yeah, so it is they're going significantly slower currently. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. I think because Prime Day just happened and there's lots of different things, they're just kind of backlogged at the moment. Yeah. I also think that there's probably an influx of new people coming in because everyone and their mom just posted on social media about how they just made 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever thousand in the month of June because June was incredible for just about everybody. And so I do think that there's probably a larger than normal amount of new accounts trying to get in. And so again, that's probably kind of affecting this backlog as well. There's only so many humans that are doing verification.
Anybody have any questions that you want us to go on a little rant about?
While they're typing, I'll also just say, like, since you guys are kind of all in the beginning phases, we, for the first 30 to 45 days, we weren't requesting anything from create. I know Creator Connections, it sounds good and it is. But we spent the first 30 to 45 days filming everything in our homes, everything at the warehouse, because I looked at it as from coming from selling as a skill that needed to be developed. So we needed to get comfortable doing these like one take shoots. We need to get comfortable talking about the different aspects of the product, filming it, the software that we were using, and learning Multiseller Pro. So we were just like, brrr, like everything in my house. I went into my bathroom and I'm like, okay, in the little like one little part of my master bath, there's like a bathtub, there's a bathtub faucet, there's tile, there's a little trash can, there's my fancy electronic bidet toilet, there's the plunger, there's the toilet paper holder, there's a little shelving unit. There is the sliding pocket door and the pocket door hardware on that. Check, 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 filmed all of that. Moved out into the bigger part of the bathroom. Okay, there's this LED mirror, there's a standing mirror, there's the faucets, there's the, toothbrush, toothpaste, like literally opening the drawers and filming every single thing. And some of that stuff is still to this date selling the best of anything that we have. So yeah, Creator Connections is great because the percentage is higher, but some of those everyday normal things that everybody else has in the house, or like that door handle is one of my best selling things. Like I'm like out of one of like 2 people on that particular listing. And so don't discount doing the things you already own. And I think if you really like just hammer those things first, you build that kind of more muscle memory of using the app and doing that like 30, well, usually 45 seconds to 2 minutes is kind of where mine range, but like that kind of length of video and all the different aspect things that you need to talk about. And then we dove into, and part of us not requesting was me just being dumb. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. And until Ito did it, I was like, oh, okay, now it's easy. Like before, I just didn't even really know what to do. So, so then we dove into Creator Connections, but we pretty much had filmed everything in our home at that point in time. So we were ready for some additional products. We probably still have some stuff at the warehouse to be filmed, to be honest. But
these items do not ever need to have been purchased, from Amazon. They just have to have an active listing on Amazon.com. That's the only thing that matters. It does not matter who or where it came from. Just needs to be in your physical possession, not in a store, and on Amazon. That's the only part that matters.
Yeah, so like Jen was saying, I thought I was just doing videos of items from my house, but now I'm looking for something specific, person above, I feel like I'm missing something. So you're not missing anything. The wires are just getting crossed because like you're trying to do A and then you're hearing about B and you're thinking that B has to do with A and they don't. So Power Search is a feature inside of Creator Connections, and you're going to be using this for 2 things. You can use this to request a bunch of free samples, which is one way of getting more stuff to video, or you use it to do product research to look for potential investment products. And both of those are ways of creating more videos. You can also simply record everything around your house. And I think that most people should always start with that. Even if you later want to go into investment and things like that, start with the stuff that's right in front of you. Like it's literally right in front of you. Just pick it up and take 2 minutes to make a video for it. There's no reason not to. Every person in America should have 500 to 1,000 videos easily inside of your house. Even if you are a minimalist, I'm telling you, I can go to your house and I can find 500 to 1,000 videos because we're talking like, have you filmed your socks? Have you filmed your underwear? Have you filmed your belts? Have you filmed your toilet? How about your toilet seat? How about the replacement parts inside of your toilet? Have you filmed all of those things? Because all of those things, I promise you, exist on Amazon. You just have to find the listing. Has anyone done the model home thing? Yes, me. I'm the only person I know who's ever talked about doing that. So if you've heard the model home thing, it probably came from me because I've never met anyone else who's done that.
I'm going to jump in real quick, Nate, on what you were just saying, because that handle that I did for my cabinets and drawers, everything that you film that's in your home, there is a button in Multiseller Pro that says find campaigns for my videos. And you run that and it will look at all of the ASINs that are attached to the things you've already done videos for, and it will tell you if there are any campaigns. That handle, which was the very first video I made, has a Creator Connection campaign and had a renewed Creator Connection campaign every 3 months. So you just never know. And that's why to me, like it's such low-hanging fruit
Mhm.
to film the things in your home. You already know about them. I know you can talk about your grill. I know you can talk about your toothbrush. Like I know you can. And you'll be more comfortable with it than these
Yep.
random things like medicated shampoo that shows up that you're like, okay, like I'm never going to use this because I use a special kind of shampoo because my hair is super curly. But now I got to like read up and like talk about this. And my son can't do it because he's bald. So
I'm bald and I
it's
do
stuck on me.
products on hair products. So
Well,
don't ever let
I've
that
done plenty of
exclude.
product reviews for tampons and pads,
I
and
did one
I think it's
today
pretty clear
for
I can't use
a
those.
back shaver. So, I was like, are you embarrassed by back hair on your man?
Uh-huh.
Kind of played that
Yep.
angle. So you figure out a way. Where there's a will, there's always a way.
So what Tracy was saying, where it's like, oh, she sold this like flapper thing a bunch and it had to creator connections. A lot of times it's those really weird things. Like your toilet probably does not have a creator connection on it. Your microwave probably does not have a creator connection on it. But I would bet very good money that your model of microwave has a replacement light bulb that currently has a creator connections campaign because there's a connection campaign for basically every model of microwave light bulb and oven light bulb in existence.
My
And so
my
it's
hood above my range had a creator connection.
Yeah, like there's just all these little things and two ways to go about finding those. Um, One, you can literally just walk around your house with your phone and you can use the image scan thing. You can use that either inside of MIP or you can use the Amazon shopping app and just press that little camera button on your on the shopping app to find stuff. The other method would be to go into your Amazon orders and boom, there it is. Like there's everything you ever, and you can go through like year by year by year by year. You can literally just go down that list, like, all right, what did I buy in 2026? Let me find all that stuff and just do a quick video for it. And if you want to, if you're like, ah, Nate, I don't have time to do all that. I've got 4 kids and I homeschool and I've got this other job too and all this stuff. That's cool. If you just want to start with like the easiest, lowest hanging fruit with the highest income potential, go to your order list for stuff that you've personally purchased, and then run the MIP order check. I don't remember if this requires the middle tier or the upper tier of MIP. It's one of those two. But it will scan your entire purchase history for all of time. Like this will go back like 15 years and find every single thing you've ever purchased. And then it's going to cross-reference all of those ASINs to see if anything exists in your house right now that has a Creator Connections campaign on it. So that's going to be like, you'll probably find if you're anything like a normal person, I mean, you'll over the course of 10 years, you've probably purchased over 1,000 things over the course of 10 years. And I bet you at least 10 of those things have a Creator Connections campaign on them. And maybe a couple of them were like Christmas gifts a couple years ago, but there will absolutely be 5 to 10 things in your house. Like right now, you could do that right the second to find. So that's going to be like your easiest, like start with those if you have limited time, but ideally just kind of work your way through everything.
Nate, you want to cover how you can turn one product into 20 different videos?
Yeah, I mean, you could do a couple different things. First, you're literally allowed to make more than one video for the same product. Like, I've got these Goli vitamins. I can record a video, talk about how they taste, all that stuff. Boom, done, post it. Tomorrow, I could be like, you know what? I want to post another video for Goli. And so I record another video and I talk, maybe I come at it from a different angle. Like, oh yeah, I got these for my wife, and she likes it, or whatever. You probably got the same one because they give these freebies out like candy and they kind of taste like candy too. I can't imagine it's all that good for me because it tastes like candy, but they are. So yeah, you're allowed to post multiple videos. So if you want to, you can literally post 20 things. Now, Amazon doesn't allow identical videos. I don't mean like, oh, I said almost the same thing. That's identical. No, that's not identical. That's a similar video. Identical would mean you are literally taking the same file and uploading the same file again and again and again. That is not allowed. But uploading a second video, completely fine. So you could just straight post 10 different things. You could do comparison videos. So you could be like, all right, I've got this Goli over here and I've got this Kathindi brand stuff. There's some differences. I want to point them out. And you do a little like, okay, here's how big these are. Here's how big these are. These are swallowable. These are chewable. These have 500 milligrams. These have 200 milligrams, blah, 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 blah. Boom. There's your comparison video posted. So that's like comparing A to B. Now take this and compare A to C. All right, so we've got this multivitamin drink packet here, as well as these Golies. So different person's gonna like different things. Boom, there's a third video. You've now compared A, like product A to product C. Well, now you can do a fourth video. Let's compare A, B, and C. This is the Goalie. Boom, there's your fourth video. Let's get rid of the Goalie and do these two now. There's your fifth video. Let's do some complementary videos instead of comparison videos. Like, all right, so we're trying to get healthy this year. It's a new, like new year, new us, me and my wife. We made this resolution. So we got some of these Goalie vitamins. We've got some of these dumbbells that we just set up in the office to make it really easy to work out. And we got this really nice yoga mat. I think all three of these are really nice. Let me show you the features of a couple of these. And so boom, then you talk through what you like about this, talk through what you like about the dumbbells, talk through what you like about your yoga mat. And those are all, like it's all sort of within the same theme of new year, new healthy me. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I like. And here's why I like it. That's fully compliant. You're allowed to do that. That's great. So like you can really just keep multiplying these videos like that. Now, there are diminishing returns because there's only so many carousel slots. So something like Goalie, first off, there's going to be like 100,000 people on this video. So I don't expect to ever make a single sale of Goalie. This one though, there's probably not, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 people on this listing. So it's like, okay, I might get this listing. Now, you could have multiple carousel slots. And if you look, I mean, you might even see me out in the wild, and sometimes you'll see me with multiple carousel slots. Sometimes you'll see me with 5 or 6 carousel slots. Like the entire carousel is just pictures of Nate because I'm often doing multiple videos. But there are diminishing returns because eventually you're no longer competing with other people. You're competing with yourself. Sometimes there's videos where what you're posting just isn't going to compete with them. So like Goalie, for example, like I'm never going to make a Goalie video that is so good that I outcompete the people who've been on this Goalie listing for years and they've got hundreds of likes and hundreds of thousands of views and purchases and things like that. Like it's just not going to work for me. So this isn't something that I'm going to be doing 10 reviews for. This one, if this is selling like 1,000 units a month, yeah. If this is selling like 5 units a month, well, why am I doing all these videos for it? Like that's not worth my time. So you do sort of need to be smart about it, but you are fully allowed to make multiple videos for every product. That's not even a gray area. Amazon says in their like best practice section, yes, please make multiple videos for your products. Come at it from different angles. Do a 2-month update, do a 1-year update, show us a demo, show us an unboxing, show us a whatever else. Like this isn't even Nate being like, oh yeah, you should work in this gray area. No, this is what Amazon is requesting. They want you to do more than one video.
And kind of like Nate was saying before, like about the microwave, even like, so you have your microwave. That's video number 1. You could maybe get a replacement plate for it, a replacement bulb for it, right? Something that I like using an example of is like a mixer, because that mixer, you're going to have the mixer itself. Then you're going to have like the pasta insert, and then you're going to have a new bowl, different mixing heads, replacement knobs, whatever it might be, even maybe even a cord. All of these will have, most likely, will have listings on Amazon. So you can then turn one product into multiple videos that way as well.
Yep. Jen was asking if there's a way to see how many videos are already on a product. And like, yeah, I guess my question, do you have MIP? Because if you do, you shouldn't have ever not seen that information because that is everywhere. That's on the app. It's on the Chrome extension. It's on the listing page itself. It is everywhere. You see right up front how many, or well, maybe, I guess, maybe foot in mouth moment. I don't know what tier that is for. Maybe someone can correct me because maybe it's not available to lower tiers, but maybe that's, I'm trying to think like, why wouldn't they see that? Because that should be front and center, but maybe that's a high tier
Well,
thing.
the search page data is the upper tier. So like on Amazon, to be able to see on the Amazon pages, like how many videos and things there are, that is the unlimited version. But with the app, you should be able to see it in the app, which is the lowest version. So like that or the Chrome extension. So you could see it there, but you wouldn't necessarily. Maybe I should just like maybe show on my screen what that.
I was just doing it. So right here in the calculator right here, or extension, I should say, you'll be able to see how many different total influencer videos there are. And then you can also see like how many are in each of the carousels. So you have your upper and your lower carousel right here. So you're going to have 0 plus 6. That would mean the
None from
influencer
the
and the
brand,
brand.
6 for
How is there
influencers,
not
which
a
is
brand
unusual.
video?
I think
Yeah,
something's glitching there.
that's why I just froze. Why is it 0? There's got to be at least one brand video. And so for anybody also, while I'm just right here, like there's gonna be 2 carousels to every product. Oh, excuse me, that's not true. There's 2 carousels to some products. Sometimes there's only one, but there'll be an upper and a lower carousel. For instance, this one right here has a upper, and that one. So you have your upper carousel right here. These are all the creators here. And then we have your lower carousel, which is going to be down here. If you just scroll right down here, and then you can find your lower carousel right here. These are going to be 2 separate videos. You have the ability to be in both of them, though.
And someone was asking the number of those boxes. So just those 9 boxes there on the side. I'll start at the top left and kind of read them across like we're reading a book. All right. So you got sale price. That's pretty self-explanatory. The next one is sales per month. How many units of that are selling per month? The next one is the total revenue. It basically takes the first box and multiplies it by the second box and gives you an estimated total revenue for what that brand makes. That next one down is if there's a creator connection campaign. So we see that there is one campaign that's 10%. Sometimes there'll be multiple campaigns, but that percentage will always show the highest percentage. It does not really matter how many campaigns there are. The next box is the average video length. So that's a good indicator. Like, are the videos on this something that I can compete with easily? This is a 35-second video. That's nothing. I can make a 1-minute video or 2-minute video, and I'm going to blow all of those people out of the water because those are kind of like trashy throwaway videos. The next one where it says upper, that's the upper carousel. So those are the videos that you see when a customer is looking at the pictures. So right now, I think Brian's sharing his screen. Right now, we're looking at the lower carousel. If you scroll up to the top, you'll see the photo section, and that right there is the upper carousel. These videos here on the side, this is the upper carousel, and where stuff is coming from. It says 0 plus 6. Usually the 0 indicates, like the first number is how many brand videos, and the second number indicates how many influencer videos. Sometimes it gets a little bit funky here because I can see that there is one video, maybe the video is by a different brand. Maybe that's why I didn't pick up. I'm not sure why it says 0, but it can't be 0 if there's another number up there, because the upper carousel will only exist if a brand has posted a video. The second section, we'll see, wait for it to pop up. All right, so now we're at the bottom left, the pink one. That is for the bottom carousel section. So that's what we were just looking at a second ago. If you scroll down on this Ubaziz page, you'll see the bottom carousel videos. It's usually about a third to halfway down the page, and you gotta kind of scroll past, yeah, right there. You gotta kind of scroll past all like the brand information. So these are influencer videos in the bottom carousel. Stuff can still sell from the bottom carousel, but it's just not as good as having an upper carousel. Next one is the total number of influencer videos. This one, yeah, so this is just kind of counting, like it's just trying to count all the different people. And the last one is placement, which is if you have a video on it, MIP is going to try to see, are you in the upper carousel, lower carousel, or neither? And so right now, Brian is in neither because I don't think he has a video for this.
Not yet. I just got it in the mail today.
Okay, I have that one too.
Nice.
In fact, I'm already on the carousel.
Auto tracking phone. Oh yeah, I see.
Are we?
That looks cool.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
a little auto
Tracy.
tracker.
That's hilarious. We bought. At least I'm sharing it with a friend.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm on there already. Oh yeah, Tracy and
As soon
Brayden.
as I got it, I was like, oh, I'm doing this one now. This is cool. Because I
Yeah.
like couldn't believe that it actually worked. I was like, no ways that tracked me. Oh yeah, it does. It's pretty awesome.
It's funny because I actually paid for a Ulanzi one a few months ago, and now I got one for free, which is again, guys, like creator connections, AIP creator connections will change how you shop in general. Like number one, you're going to want to be looking for things if you're going to be purchasing it. You're going to want to choose the items that have creator connections because say you spend $100 on, I don't know, just a random tool, right? You spend $100 on there, but it has a creator connection campaign. You can now pay for that product over, X amount of time. It may take a little while to get there depending on the value, but over time, your video is going to earn enough commission, most likely to pay for itself. Was there anything else that you were going over, Nate? I think that was kind of it.
No, I think those were all the numbers explaining them. Someone was asking who gets to choose who's in the upper and who's in the lower. The robots choose, the algorithm chooses, and it's always changing. So this listing isn't a great example because there's only a couple videos to show, and so like those videos are just going to be there. On a video, say like if each one of you guys looks up the Goli Zero Sugar Pre plus Post plus Probiotics, I'd be willing to bet maybe not everybody, but a couple of us are going to see different videos in both the upper and the lower. Might be similar videos in a different order. There might be new ones coming in. There might be a couple that seem like we all kind of see them, but every single user also sees different videos in these upper and lower carousels. So I don't personally put a whole lot of weight into like, oh, my tool says I'm in the upper, or oh, my tool says I'm in the lower, or my tool says neither, because in reality, it's not a static thing. And I've seen listings where I was looking up somebody today, and I know that they have the best video on this product page. They have hundreds of thousands of views, tons of clicks. I mean, they're making probably $5,000 to $10,000 from this product alone. And when I was looking at MIP, because MIP, you can see right there, it also shows some product videos. So that's kind of pulling its own version of the carousel. Their video was not in that, which meant that from wherever the MIP server were pulling this from, Amazon did not choose to send them that video because the algorithm is trying to think like we want this customer to buy a product, and it assumes that everyone looking at a page is a customer. And so they're sort of thinking, what is the video most likely, or videos most likely to get this customer to watch the video and then buy the product? And so the algorithm is going to change for everybody. So it's not like a perfectly static thing, unfortunately. No one gets to choose. The brand doesn't have any power over that. The only power the brand has is if the upper carousel exists. Because if they never post a video, there won't be an upper carousel. There has to be one video by the brand to sort of unlock that space.
And if anybody wants to test that theory, I just put the link to this video. Your carousel may look different than mine, just being that we're all in different parts of the country.
Yep. Yeah, so on my screen for Goli, I'll let it load for a second. And this should be a good example because there should be a lot of videos, and so the carousel is probably rotating quite a bit. I don't know why this is taking an hour to load. What the heck? Brian, you sending me viruses again?
I was just gonna say I sent you a bad link.
All right, and let me close this. Okay, so my number one for the upper carousel is Pandy's Shop.
Alrighty, that's already different. Mine's Liz.
My number two is like a check mark and then more with less. My number three is Stephen Wiggins.
Nope.
My number four is Life, Family, and Friends. My number five
is
by
a great
Sarah.
example right here.
So like me and Brian didn't see a single video that's the same.
And for context, I'm in New Hampshire, he's in Florida, so we're in total opposite parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a great example because, like, you know, just because the carousel's full, sometimes, like, you know, people may stray away being like, oh, the carousel's full. I don't ever look at a carousel as being full because if you're familiar with reselling in general, reselling has a buy box, and that buy box being, for anybody that doesn't know, the buy box is going to be this buy now button. That button is basically attached to a seller. In this case here, it's Amazon being the seller and the shipper. But say it was a third-party seller, say Nate was the third-party seller, like or say Nate and Tracy were both sellers. That buy button is going to change, right? Same thing with the videos. Like, you know, just because it's full doesn't mean that I don't have the opportunity of bumping somebody else out and then putting myself in there. And that can also happen to me too. And like Nate just showed or gave an example of, like, we're in different regions where we're both seeing totally different results as to who is in the actual video carousel. So now there is a limit of 10 people, 10 creators that are allowed in the carousel. I believe that's 10 per upper, 10 lower. It's 10 each.
It's usually 6 up or 10 lower, but it
Okay,
kind of
all right.
changes a little bit based on the listing. I don't like to
Gotcha.
give hard numbers there.
So you do have limits as to how many can be in there, but that can change. I'd say by the day, by the person, by the region. Um, yeah. So just because it's full doesn't mean it's really like for life full. It's like regional buy box, exactly. See, and then like Michelle says, it has the same as Nate. So nobody's seeing the same as me.
There was an interesting one of the storefronts on there. I recognized the name on that Goalie listing. It's like, oh, I know that person from social media. And I know that they recently moved to South America, recently, like in the past, like, I don't know, year or two. But they're still pumping out content. So, like something I love about AIP, like this is fully global. I see people all the time. It's like, oh, I live in Italy. I live in whatever. Can I do this? Like, yeah, what does it matter? Where you live has no relevance on if you can make a video for a product. Does the product in front of you exist on Amazon.com? Great, make a video for it and post it here in the States. You can also post internationally. There's usually less money internationally, but you're absolutely allowed to do it. I cross post internationally to, I think, 9 different countries. So you're able to do that, but no matter where you live, you should be posting into America, and also you can post to your local countries as well. But it's like, it's so global. It's so easy to like pack up. I know people who do this from the road, like they live in RVs and they just travel all around with their kids, do whatever. But then a couple days a week, it's like, all right, now it's my work day. So they sit down, they pump out a bunch of content. Maybe they get samples. Maybe they're doing investment products. Maybe they drive around to model homes. Like there's so many ways to do this. There's not one sort of one size fits all as far as like, oh, you have to do this in order to scale up and make this work. No, there's a million ways to make $1 million. So find something that clicks for you and then do a bunch of that.
Which brings us, I think, to a cool little subject that we could do. Tracy, you want to take over? Talk about your new favorite addiction? Come
Sure,
on.
sure.
We can call it
Yeah.
AAA for AIP.
Yeah, I ran across something else as I was sitting here. It was not at the bin store. Yeah, so one of my guys, this is like purely fun for me, this activity. But it's related to AIP. So I really had never gone to a bin store before in my life. I think I went once with a friend and I was like, "Ooh, no."
Please break down what a bin store is. I'm in New Hampshire. We don't
Okay.
even have bin stores here.
So bin stores are basically stores that get pallets of returned goods from like Amazon, Target, any place really. And they basically dump it in these huge bins, kind of like if you ever go to Goodwill, like their wholesale places, and you just sift through these bins of items that could be broken, could have parts missing. You just never know. And their pricing, the first day that they open for the week, it's like the top price. So let's say $10 per item. And then the next day it'll be $9 an item. And then maybe the third day it's 7, and the fourth day it's 5, and then it's 3, and then it's 1. And then they have a day to reset everything and they start all over again. And then some of these bin stores also will have like a separate section that's like they pick through and find the high dollar items, and they will put an actual price on there, usually 40 to 50% off retail. And then they run a percentage off of that discounted price that gets progressively larger during the week as well. So anyway, I was just like one day, like really was just out running around on a Saturday, and I was like, huh, I think I'll go in the bin store, because we had been talking about the app being able to see creator connection campaigns. And I was like, well, if all of those returned items are coming from Amazon, the chances are I'm going to find some items that have creator connection campaigns. And this was before we had really figured out how to like do the requesting. So like we were just kind of like, okay. So I went in and scanned some items, tested a few items, like, whatever, found some pretty decent hits. Then the app got better. Was like it was a really sluggish initially, the way that was having to pull the data. It was like you had to have something open on your computer and make sure it was running before you went there, and it was just not the best situation. So then we figured out and problem solved that basically now you don't have to have any of that. You just scan something on the app. So when you go in and you scan something, and I wish I could like demo the like scan part of it. You can see like, does it have a creator connection? But you can also see like how many times a month does it sell? How many other videos are there? So what I'm looking for in the bin stores are items that either have a creator connection campaign, or they are high volume movement items with little to no competition. And I think I've kind of perfected my like search techniques, because I have been finding bangers lately. I found a construction product. It would be like, I've had the video done for 2 weeks. So about 2 weeks ago, I found it. Did the video for it. It does not have a creator connection campaign, unfortunately, but it's a $40 item, and there were 0 videos for it, and it sold 400 times a month. And so I'm like, yeah, it was $5. I was like, for $5, I'm just going to get it and try it. We have already sold enough of that product that we've made $14 in the last 2 weeks. So that product is selling at least once a day, if not more than once a day, from my video. So we are getting credit for it. And because it's a higher dollar item, like we're kind of cranking with that. So like, it's like, okay, that works. Another time I picked up a motorcycle helmet, because my son does a lot of motorcycle product reviews. And so he did a lot of comparison videos with this helmet, his helmet. One of the kids that works for us also drives a motorcycle and has a helmet. So he did a lot of like comparison videos. I bought the motorcycle helmet for $60. We sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $80. So, we made money. Plus, we were able to, have that in the queue. And that thing sold for us probably every other day until they ran out of stock after Prime Day. I recently went in and I got a very lucrative beauty item that sells 40,000 times a month. It is a $70 product, and it had a 25% creator connection on it. So like, there's just gold there. And the more that you kind of look through creator connections, you can kind of start figuring out some of the kinds of products that are going to have it. And I've also picked up products there to do comparison videos to things we have received for free. So I try to go on $5 day, and I kind of had a little bit higher threshold. And then I try to go back on dollar day and then kind of like whatever. But I picked up this week, I picked up 4 or 5 beauty products. All of them sell 20,000 times or more a month. So that was, I think, a good hit. I picked up another one that has a 25% creator connection for a $55 product that only had 2 videos on it so far. So I came home and I immediately recorded that video and posted it, because I'm just like, I want to get that money really quick. I got this electronic back shaver that had a creator connection. It's a $75 product. It's a 10% creator connection. Only had a handful of videos on it. So that's $750 every time that sells. So I definitely, and I am keeping a spreadsheet of what I'm spending to just make sure that I'm not kind of like having rose-colored glasses about it, I guess I would say. I want to make sure, like, because I'm pretty picky, like I'll walk out with nothing. But it is a place that like you can find some things, and you can find some things like that beauty product is not going to send the product to me. They won't. I know them. I'm not their typical person. I've seen their videos. They're everywhere, like on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. So like on Amazon, like I'm not their typical customer, but I think I make a good video for what their product does, which women of my age would love, which is, getting rid of like dark spots and things like that. I am their audience, but it's just not who typically does their videos. But I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's just for me, it's like after Sunday, after church, I'll just run up there and kind of see what I can find. And like I got a balloon inflator, and I was like, this is silly, but this was one of those products that like had no effing SKU. So I scanned the box, and there are literally 15 brands selling this white labeled balloon inflator. And maybe Nate, you can talk about like that gray area of like, who do you choose? Like I chose the one that had the creator connection. That's who I made the video for. And then I also got some balloons sent to me from Creator Connection. So I did a combination video of the two things together. Am I going to make 15 separate videos for every single brand? Probably not, but might make one for the other best-selling one.
Hopefully you guys can all see the screen share that I'm doing, like where I'm just image scanning, UPC scanning, or FNSKU scanning things where you can literally in the app be out on the go and do this.
And you can do it on the desktop too. Like if you want to buy something, there's.
But as far as like the bin store goes, like you have all the technology you need literally in this one app.
It's so fast.
Where it literally makes it that easy. Like this top product right here, I'm going to select. I made a video, and we'll see here. Should say that I have placement on it. Maybe it's not the exact match. Maybe I'm not in it. Maybe this isn't the exact match, but oh, it's not.
Yeah, Robin, exactly. Like, some of the stuff might be open or broken. One of the bin stores I go to, I'm very fortunate. I have two bin stores that are literally in the same strip mall side by side.
If you're looking for an insanely
So one of them, like, will let you go to a table and will open things up and test them for you. The other one is more of like, they will do it for you, but people open things up, and the other place like has everything really heavily taped so people can't open boxes up, which I think is better. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what's cool too is like it's funny to think about this, but the product does not actually have to work. You just have to show it. So like if I have, say, a massage gun, I can hold the massage gun and talk about a massage gun and talk about the features, and I can read through, like I can pull it from the listing, like here's how long the battery life is, here's how long this other thing is, blah, 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 blah. And like I'm saying this from personal experience. A brand once sent me one for free, but they sent me like a customer return, and it was like someone's dog had eaten it. Like this was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever received. It was just this pile of scrap. But there was just enough where I could like sort of cover the bottom with my hand there, cover the back with there, and here's the massage gun. And so like I just kind of held it like this, talked about the battery life, talked about like the RPMs or whatever, and you're good to go. So like even with that stuff, obviously I don't want to buy something knowing that it's broken, but even if it is, it's not the end of the world.
And also things do not, like, I would actually encourage it to be used versus new. New is cool. Used is even better, in my opinion, because say you have
100% agree.
I've had this now for 3 years. It's still functioning as it should. It's going to sell better than I just got this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it does not need to be new.
Yeah, here's an example. I don't know if you guys can see these. So these are Monster, those like headsets earbuds that don't like go in your ear. So they're a conductor. They don't work. Paid $1 though. And like they're Monster, and very few videos on it.
Yep.
Because I can show that.
Tim. So he had a question, and I've got great news and bad news for you. But Tim's question was, how much of a difference can you make financially if you can only do non-Creator Connections products? For example, the person who lives in South America may not have access to Creator Connections, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to do the bad news first. Your entire concept of Creator Connections is entirely wrong. The good news is that you do have access to Creator Connections. So basically, if you've seen people say like, oh, I can't get Creator Connections to work in Canada, or can't get Creator, or maybe like, so let's say you live in South America. Yeah, if you're trying to post to Amazon.mx, like the Mexico, or Amazon. What is it, BR for Brazil, there's no creator connections on those marketplaces, but there is creator connections in America, and you are still posting your videos to America, and you still have access to creator command. Like there's your location has nothing to do with your access. Now, the reason why I see this, I see that phrase sort of said like, oh, I live in Canada or I live in Mexico and I can't get creator connections. The reason you see that being said is because people are misunderstanding what they are saying when they say that. They are saying, I cannot request a bunch of random free stuff to be sent to my doorstep. And that is a part of creator connections, but that is not what creator connections is. If you can't get a bunch of free stuff sent to you, okay, you can't get a bunch of free stuff sent. I don't do a whole lot of free stuff that's sent to me. Like I'm making really good money and almost none of it is random free stuff getting sent to me. In fact, I would say that's one of the weaker ways of growing an Amazon business. It's a way and it works. I just don't, I don't like personally huge amounts of free stuff. So yeah, like even if you're in South America, you make a video for Goalie in South America and you post it on Amazon.com and Goalie has a creator connections campaign, you can still accept the campaign. And if somebody watches your video and buys the product, you are still getting your money for it. It doesn't matter what your location is. So yeah, good news and bad news, which is really all just good news because it works just fine. You just can't get free stuff, but you can still utilize creator connections and make the money from it. So there's not ever going to be a situation where a person can only do videos for non-creator connections products. Like that's not a thing.
And you can get creative with this stuff. I don't want to like give out like ideas to like you can be other places and still you could have a friend here in America where they receive the products. They could then video the products. You could split the commissions with them, right? Like if you actually like streamlined it enough where you know they did the video, you did the voiceover, whatever it is. Like obviously you'd have to have certain things in place here, but like there's no like wrong way of doing that. Like there's just so many different ways you can literally approach this stuff. It's just on what makes sense. Like you paying somebody else, is that going to make sense? Probably not, but you can still make it happen. You could make it happen. I thought about making a service being in the US where people in Canada could mail me stuff and I'll just film them a 30-second video, voiceless, basically not in the video or whatever. I would just show the product on all sides, send them the video. I'm not interested in doing that, so please do not reach out to me to do that. But you could do it, right? Like if you found a way to do it, like just need to make it feasible. But that's like obviously more like advanced type of scenarios. Like I have a friend right now. She is in France actually, and the other day I was telling her, I'm like, you need to be recording videos there. She's like, well, it's not really the same as America. I beg the differ that there aren't products on Amazon that live in France, like Amazon US.
Do you have a
that
toilet?
is.
Do you have a microwave?
Yeah.
Lawnmower? Do you have a hose? Like, they're all ubiquitous things. They are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked there's a bin store near me that well, there's a bunch of I'm in Orlando, so there's like probably 10 within an hour's drive. And yes, I will drive an hour to a bin store. But yeah, there's one that I really liked where I went, it was like, I don't know, $12 day or something. Like it was mostly kind of higher things. And most of the stuff in the actual crates, it was like Target returns. It wasn't Amazon returns that day. It's like, man, it's really kind of striking out. It kind of sucks. But then this whole middle section, they had all of these like expired supplements, stuff like returned baby bottle nipples or like returned breastfeeding pumps. And it's like, this is stuff that no one wants. No one wants secondhand breastfeeding pumps that have been used. No one wants like these supplements that are expired. And so they just listed it all for $1 because it's like, we're going to throw this away at the end of the week. It's like, I will take one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. I'll take one of everything, load the cart up. So yeah, and there we are. There's me taking videos of the supplements and the baby bottle covers and the breastfeeding pumps, everything. And I've absolutely made money from not all of it, but a lot of it I've made money from.
Yeah, Nate, my one of the bin stores I was at this past Sunday, I don't know how I never noticed this. I've only been in there maybe 5-6 times, but never noticed that there's an entire corner of boxes for over 18. like an entire corner of stuff. Actually went over and kind of tried to look at it, but a lot of them didn't have FNSKUs or anything on it. They were just black boxes, and I was like,
Super
okay,
hard to search for them.
yeah,
Even
like,
even
I am
with the
not pulling this
FNSKU.
item out and
That
picture
is going to
scanning it.
have to be faceless for sure. Okay.
Not for Nate.
I saw an
I'll be loud
adult
and
product
proud.
the other day where the creator was probably in her 60s or 70s reviewing a male adult product.
Yep.
So it exists.
Hey,
What is-
man.
what is it,
And
like
she was
down
totally
south?
on
What
camera.
are you saying? That's not
Nope.
normal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much opportunity, but yeah, like those are they're impossible. Even when you have the FNSKU, it won't pull up because you can't actually search for adult products with FNSKUs. Most of the time, they won't even pull up that way. They're so hard to. You have to use like the add to video list in order to do that type of thing because it's Amazon, and for good reason. They make it very difficult for like a random kid to find something random that they should be looking at. But yeah, there's good money in that stuff if you're open to doing reviews for it.
Tim says you can literally review anything sold on Amazon ?
Yes.
And I said anything. You can.
Anything.
Yeah. With the exception of wording on some things. You don't want to say the words organic. You don't want to say supplements is a really good one. Like you can't make claims like I'm bald and this
cured my
product is going to
cancer.
regrow my hair. Like, yeah, you can't say
No.
all that. Like you like just talk about your experience
Yep.
like as like just a
Yep.
perspective of something.
It
Like,
does not have
you're not a
you-
doctor, so don't say you are. Like don't say like clinical like testing results. Like don't say all
Mhm.
that. So that would be
You
no.
don't have to have bought it. You don't have to have gotten it from Amazon. It never had to have come from Amazon. You can get this stuff from Walmart, from Big Lots, from wherever else, as long as the listing on Amazon exists. That is the only thing that matters. There's no like verification, like, oh, where did you buy this from? That does not matter at all. You can get stuff from garage sales. You can go to your neighbor's house, your mom's house, your baby mama's house, your baby mama's house, like wherever you want to go, you can make videos for this stuff. The only thing that matters is, does it exist on Amazon? So that's why you can do this in France. You can do this in South America. You can do this in a random island in the South Pacific. Like it doesn't matter. There's products.
Technically, the product didn't even ever had to have gotten a sale. It could have been a brand new listing as long as it's on Amazon. That's the only part that matters.
Yeah.
Now, a brand new listing's not going to make you much money, but
yeah, if no one's buying it, no one's watching the video, and you're not making any money. But
you can still make the video.
Still post a video. Nate, do you ever reach out to Amazon agencies who are working with brands as a way to help further promote those brands? Can you further explain that question? What is an Amazon agency to you? What do you mean by that word?
Yeah, like a Amazon marketing agency. So I worked with one short term where they would work with brands on like a profit share, and they would handle their whole front end and back end listing. So they would optimize their images, better SEO, stuff like that. And I believe one method when I was on sales calls with them was they would tell the brands like, hey, we can get you your first 10 reviews by partnering with people, I guess, like us who are looking for the product to give them a review.
So sort of the exact wording that you just used would actually be different than what we do, because those brands are looking for product reviews, and we are not making product reviews. We're making influencer videos that go into the carousels. There's a separate section for customer reviews where the brands kind of get into a gray area because technically it's against Amazon terms of service to like give people products and pay them and stuff like that in order to give you a 5-star review. It happens. I mean, everyone does it, but Amazon doesn't really like it. What we do is slightly different, and it's part of why like I try and often fail, but I try not to say that like I'm making Amazon reviews because it's not always a review. Sometimes it's a demonstration. Sometimes I'm showing people here's how to install this. Sometimes I'm showing other things. Sometimes I'm comparing products. Sometimes it is sort of a review, like, hey, this is this, and I've had it for a while, and this is my experience. So like that would be defined as a review, but the customer review side is technically different. So those agencies generally are not looking for influencers to work with, and when they are, they're paying nothing or so little that it doesn't matter, and they're trying to help brands that aren't selling very well to sell more. And so on my side of things, like, well, why do I want to spend all my time trying to sell this product that's selling 10 units a month, like when I could be trying to promote this product that sells 10,000 units a month. And it's not really worth my time to like do all that emailing back and forth. So I've talked to a couple people. I've had some conversations in those spaces, and it always ended with, okay, this is what the brand wants. And that's like, there was one for actually, Tracy and Brian know this lady. It was that duck lady from the other
Diana.
conference. I forget what her name is,
Diana.
but she was like, yeah, so I've got this brand and they want influencer videos. Here's what they want. And there was like 5 paragraphs. Like, okay, so this is a golf product. So they want you on a golf range. They want a small group of people. They want them like in their 20s and 30s, this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, what's their budget? And they're like $25. I was like, are you kidding me? You just requested like 12 hours of production from 5 different people. Like, you need to pay 5 people 1 full day's worth of work if that's what you expect. If you just want to send me the free product, I'll make a video for you, but I'm not going to like take any requests or things like that. And she was sort of the middleman. Like, she wasn't, she's like, this is what the brand wants. And I was like, you got to be realistic with this brand. That isn't possible. They're not going to get that. If they're going to pay, I forget if it was like 25 or 50, whatever. It's like, that's like 30 minutes of time and they're requesting 10 hours of time. That doesn't work out. So generally that's not a super common way to do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. And maybe, I mean, I kind of will double down on like, there's 1,000 ways or a million ways to make $1 million. Like, maybe that's your thing. Maybe you get, because you have some of those experiences. I love, like in the mastermind that I work with, I love taking people's past experiences and past talents and bringing them into Amazon, because that's your edge. And so like, if you have those contacts already and you have those knowledge, maybe you're like, well, Nate he was sort of right, but he was on the wrong track, and here's how I can fix it and actually make it work. And that sort of becomes your thing. And then you just crush it doing that, because no one else has that combined experience of working with these ad agencies, and you are now an Amazon influencer. So I like to kind of combine those things so that you become an expert in a very small field, because there's no one else that has those skills.
Makes sense.
Any questions before we wrap this up, guys? We've covered a lot. I will say that. We covered a lot. This was a good call. I think that to preface all of this, like, right, like, let's go back to the beginning where I started off. Like, I said that it's called the Amazon Influencer Program, and I think that we all need to remind ourselves that we are not influencers like you would think a influencer is, of like, you know, Instagram or TikTok, like these big influencers. Like, that's not what we are, and I don't know why they call it that. I think that we're just normal people making normal reviews. They do not need to be edited. If you are more comfortable editing or doing voiceovers, like I wasted my first 6+ months doing, you could do that. I think that Nate said
Brian,
it
have
best.
we won you over?
Huh?
Have we won you over?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, the way that Nate breaks it down, right, is like, while I'm spending the next, 20, we'll even just keep it at 20 minutes, right? While I spent 20 minutes editing one video, how many did you get done, Nate? You know what I mean? Like,
Probably posted 4 or 5 videos.
exactly. So like, we're not creators, we're not influencers, we're just posting normal shit on it on Amazon and moving to the next product, right? Like, one, I'd say a good sweet spot would be like 1 to 2 minutes on a video, depending on what the product is. I don't know how much you can talk about a pen, but don't just like diarrhea of the mouth. Like, provide value to these products, right? Like, this is a mouse right here. These are the different uses of each button. It has the scroll wheel. It's laser. It works on these XYZ surfaces. It also has the software that comes with it. Like, keep bringing value of what the product does. Maybe something that like didn't quite work out, but like it may for you. These are some things I like about it. I wouldn't quite go too deep on like things you dislike or suck about it, but you could. Just because something sucks doesn't mean it's a deal breaker for some people. I know for a fact myself, I've read a review that said that the product is trash and I still bought it. So, but I don't think that that's a good product to review and focus on the bad. But you can throw in some negatives. Just because it's a negative for me doesn't mean it's a negative for you. short, brief, simple to the point, and say like wrap it up just saying like this is my review. I hope it helps. Like something like that. Like move on to the next product.
Yeah, I mean, I came home for work. I left work at 6 p.m., stopped and got my evening Starbucks drink. That was 15 minutes. Got home, took the dog outside, came in. It's about 6:30 my time. This call starts at 7. I got 5 products reviewed between 6:30 and 7. Like, no big deal. Just sat down. I had a little table, and I'm just like knocking them out one after the other. Dun, 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 dun. I'll get them posted now. Make my little thumbnail thing. Lost the word.
Great
there.
example of what like Tracy just tripped up on her words. She had to like gather her thoughts, think about what she was saying, post that. Post
yeah.
that part. Do
I
not
don't
edit
edit
that.
any of that crap out. Like I'm like
No.
old. I really
Post
do
it.
take vitamins because I can't remember what I need to say.
What she did is more organic and natural sounding than an edited like polished video. Like as an organic review, like people want the normal regular stutters and mispronunciation of things, whatever it is. Like just post it. Like
Yep. Yeah, the people,
perfection
and
is not the name.
I've seen them like, oh, Nate, but I can't just do one take. That's not possible. Yes, it is. Like the only thing that's stopping you is you. There's no actual physical logistical thing that stops you from posting a video. It's like, well, I said, or I have to start and stop the camera. Nobody cares about those things. We are, and this is different than TikTok. We are not taking somebody who's looking for a cute puppy video and interrupting their puppy videos to be like, listen, you need to buy Goalie right now. This is on super sale. It's on double sale. You got to add up all these coupons, blah, blah, and get it right now, right now, right now. Click that button right now, right now, click, 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 click. That is not what we're doing. We are telling people who already want Goalie, they're already on the listing. They're ready to buy it. They're just like, let me just make sure that people actually like this. So you pull it up. All right, this is Goalie. It tastes okay. I mean, it's a little bit funky. It has kind of an aftertaste, but the stuff inside of it is pretty good. So I'm happy. And my kids like it, which is a big plus. It's really easy to get all of them to eat this. So, I mean, all in all, it's a pretty good purchase. We go through about a bottle of these every 2 weeks or so for our whole family. So yeah, check it out. Maybe get a bigger bottle if they have it too, but it's good stuff. Boom, done, posted. Like I said, maybe my dog ran behind me. Maybe my cat jumped on my lap. Maybe I had a kid screaming. Now, if your kid is like running around naked behind you, okay, don't post that video. But like, you can post these mistakes. You can say, you can start and stop the camera. You can do whatever. You can have a little brain fart. I mean, if it's egregious, then I'm not editing it. I simply stop the video. It's like, well, let me try that one again. Start it from the top because it's going to take me less time to just simply redo it than it is for me to go, okay, let me download this to CapCut. Let me find the part where I said, and had my brain fart. Okay, let me delete that. Okay, splice this together. Okay, does it flow again? Okay, it flows. Okay, now export. Okay, now re-upload. Like, that's so many steps. It just took me like 10 minutes with what I could have done is just, let me just stop completely and try again from the top. All right, here's my Goalie vitamins, and this is why I like them, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I've had my dog bark, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, Monty approves too. And I just keep going. Like, like you just kind of, if you can just figure, and that's why I think, I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning, is spend those first 30 to 45 days, just film stuff you're comfortable with, because you'll get more and more comfortable just with doing a video.
Correct.
And then as you start doing the Goalie, whatever.
Oh, you got them too. We all 3 of us have them.
Yeah, they send them to everybody. That's the only thing about Creator Connection. It's like almost everybody can get them. But like when you have something that you're not as familiar with, you're gonna kind of know how to flow that and like talk about it just by spending a few minutes looking at it. It's all good.
Sometimes people, the gentleman that I visited yesterday, he sells shelving racks for like industrial shelving racks and such. How many times have you been on Temu and seen a shelving rack where they have a person next to this thing and the shelving rack is like towering over the person and you get it and it's this big, right? Like a phone tripod, right? Like how many times have you seen a tripod in a listing photo, like by the brand where it may look giant. You get it, and then it's this little tiny thing, right? Sometimes that's all the buyer is looking to see. They want to see the size of it. Like they want to see the color, what it looks like next to stuff like that. Like you don't have to sell the product. You're just showing it. Like maybe talk about the stuff you like, but don't get fancy with it.
Yeah, and I think like as newbies, like the hardest thing for me when I first started was getting out of my own head. Like
Facts.
worrying about what do I look like on camera? Like what, are people gonna like think I'm weird or like I don't know, like showing my face was really hard for me at first. And then all of a sudden like I bought some clothes and I was like, well, I could make a video. Oh, there's a creator connection. I'm now, you know what? All of a sudden I don't care what people think. I'm gonna make some money. And like some of those clothing videos that I did are some of my, I mean, like every single day since I posted it, I've sold something. So like you just kind of have to get out of your own way. And I think the best way to do that is just that repetitive like activity. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You're gonna get more and more comfortable. Am I in every single video? No, I'm not. I do as many faceless as I can, but when it makes sense and I need to be in the video, I'm okay with it.
I think we're good. I think we've covered a lot. For anybody interested, I have a ton of content that I've recorded in how I use MSP. We're also uploading a couple of new ones that I just recently recorded on the whole approval process. I also offer the service. Nate has a school group that I would definitely recommend checking out where, he really is going to dive deep into like the expansion of all of this. I mean, I guess Nate could probably talk about himself, but just for some things that you guys can all consider, as far as like once you're up and going, like you want to scale it, you want to, just have a community to like interact with. I think that that's a really good option right there. I'm not necessarily a coach. I am going to be offering something here soon, but it's more the getting up and going process and like getting you like to the first little bit of stage there, and then, you know, I'm not here to coach though.
And I'm in Nate's group, so I can vouch for it. I've learned several tricks and things that I know have helped propel me to where we are. Like I never anticipated growing this fast.
You've grown fast, Tracy.
I know, I know.
You've grown fast.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna get bananas the next couple months because like we have some plans and I think we're gonna be able to rock and roll over the next 6 weeks.
Nate just posted his school link if anybody wants to check it out in the
Yeah, we've
yeah.
had some crazy fast growth members in the group. I mean, like Tracy, you're a great example. You've exploded.
Yeah.
We had another guy so he just finished, he's like 90 days into this and he had like an $8,000 month. Within 90 days he was doing 8K in a 30-day period. Like this is wild.
And drink his Kool-Aid.
So, and then lots of people making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 as well. So yep, it's good stuff if you want like a mastermind of people who do stuff like this all the time together and spitball ideas. Come on over, join us.
I guess I'll reiterate on what I'm offering. So I have a service where I will be, like a lot of people's pain points is the social media end. Basically, I have a few people in here that I've done it for and gotten them up and going. Where basically you can give me a TikTok account. I'm not selling accounts. I'm taking yours. I'm a social media manager for roughly a 1 week to 10 days, and I just get you up and going and to the accepted stage, and then from there, I basically give you enough tutorials to get up and going before like actually like really earning money. And then once you earn money, like it's a little bit, things are a little bit different at that point. I don't really have the energy to invest into that, but I give enough information to get you up and going. So that's what I offer. My services are currently priced at $350 for all of that like little bundle right there, but I also in the beginning of the chat, maybe I still have that in my, oh no, I have it right here. So I have in on YouTube, I just posted this the other day. I'll post the link right now. I also, everything that I charge for is also for free right here on YouTube. Literally the same exact blueprint, which I just posted into the chat there. So if you want to just check
Don't
that
you get
out.
a YouTube now?
I've always had this other one, but I don't have clickable links in it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not verified, and so I've always just been scarce with it, and I
Got it.
really don't want to lose this account. So, yeah, this isn't my AIP account though. It's just my It was originally for like AI. I'm not AIP. It was for like my community group calls that I'd host. The first account had gotten flagged as circumventive, meaning I lost it because of a AIP channel that had claims against me saying I was selling prescription products on YouTube. However, it was just some dog flea and tick bites. So again, you need to be somewhat cautious when it comes to supplements in general on all platforms. So just to keep that in mind. I'm not saying that people don't review them. I don't know what triggered it. I have no idea. I don't even know 100% if that's what it was. It was just the only relevant product that was listed in like maybe I think it was like within the last couple of days at the time that it had happened. And since then, they just keep deleting channels of mine. So I'm just very cautious on the YouTube end because I had a lot of time invested into the two that got deleted. So, but anyways, I did just post like how to do the social media angle of things, and then we got a bunch more content too in the how I use MSP, which is on Multiseller Pro. I don't know if somebody has the link available for that. I don't, but
You just go to
You can
multisellerpro.com
Yeah.
and click on how I use MSP. You'll
Yeah.
get there.
all right, we'll wrap this up tomorrow for anybody that does reselling. We have the community call tomorrow for reselling at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be me and Tracy hosting that one there. Yeah, so if you want to join that, you can too.
And I'll just throw it out there. If anybody is in the Omaha area, there is a conference happening on Thursday and Friday. You can still get tickets and attend, and I will be speaking about AIP. I'll also be speaking about selling on Walmart. So come and join us. Should be a good time.
I'm already having FOMO on that.
You got
I
plenty
wish
to
I
do.
had. I
You got
really
plenty.
do, and I do wish I was going though. I really do.
Yeah, next
All
time.
right. Yeah, next year.
Tell them
All right,
if they need
guys.
some AIP people. Give me a call.
Yeah.
All right. See you
All
guys.
right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for sticking around for how long we were on here? Just over an hour and a half. So appreciate you guys.